Win some Proline tyres, win some Proline tyres, or you can win, get this puppy out of here, a winch. And it even comes with its little worn sticker. How cool is that, eh? So guys, that's going to be this year's competition. Some guys need tyres, some guys need a winch. Write me in the comment which of the two you need, and I shall put you in the draw. Now let's get back into today's video.
The 35s on my YJ Jeep is cool. I go over obstacles well, but I just can't steer very well. So I'm going to see if I can just get a little bit more clearance out of this. My rock slider is kind of preventing that. So let me cut some stuff off.
So as you can see on this side, the tire actually catches more than on the right. Bending the plastics in, everything just gets jammed up in here. This is not from the actual 35s. The 35s didn't cause this. But what was happening is that my rock slider was a little bit longer and I had to trim it off now because, as you can see, it kind of demolished or mangled itself up, or the tire kind of mangled the rock slider up. So I've trimmed it a little bit so that when I get articulation, that the tire actually fits a little bit better while I'm steering. On the back, as you can see, the tire fits perfectly into that niche. So once I'm articulating, this tire actually just goes completely perfectly in the circumference of the little YJ. So let me go on the trail and let's see if I can get my frustration away by being able to actually steer. And if not, I'm changing this back to 31s. Okay, coming to my first obstacle, I kind of can steer one turn complete. And you hear nothing's happening. Tires not even halfway turned in, but if I turn it in more, there it catches. So that's all I can do. Literally this. And then I put reverse in, and then I go from this straight wheeled and one turn back. That's it. That's kind of what that's kind of my frustration at the moment. And when I articulate, I have to literally go a quarter turn less. So kind of doing this, okay, and straightening up, climbing up my first obstacle, wanting to turn in, and I can't. I can only do that much of a turn, and already I am heading to the rocks. So I have to go back and whoopsie, and let's try that again. Now I'm passing the rocks on the right hand side, which is what I want. Can't really keep the Jeep on the track. I want to steer in a little bit more. She slides away and I have to reverse. So there's my frustration on my first obstacle. The second obstacle is actually not so bad because it's quite a straight one. The third obstacle I go in, I have to kind of line the little Jeep up as far to the right on that tree to be able to get through this obstacle. So kind of what I need to do now is keep the Jeep as close as possible to the right, that I can actually line up to this obstacle. Now I kind of have to get the Jeep as close as possible with the right front past this tree. Then the back wheel will kind of line up on the right side of the route and not on the left. Or what's happening, it's lining up on the left. So I kind of have to jump it or bump it to get over it. So I'm on my maximum steer at the moment. Come on. And I'm starting to line up the Jeep to get past the tree, which is Pretty close. And then as you can see here, I'm kind of lining up on the left side of the route, whereby if I've got the 31s on, I'm on the inside of that route. So that's a bit of a predicament. Let me put the camera outside and kind of show you why that's a little bit of an issue. Let me put the camera down here for a second. Okay. And at the moment I've got the Trepadors pumped up to 0.6 bar, and normally I would run them on the street, or the 31s I'm running at about 2 to 2.2. The Trepadors are running on 0.6, but the wall of the Trepador is so hard that you actually can't see that it flattens down. It just sort of stands on the hard sidewall. Yeah, so as you can see, the sidewall is actually fairly strong. Even on 0.6, this tire is not really deforming as much as I thought it would. Sitting halfway on the rock, and that's all it's doing. Quite impressive. Or maybe it's because the tire's so old. Nah, I think they designed it this way. I guess that's how they built it. And I guess that's why the Trepador is so successful. So coming to my next obstacle, also pretty straight, but now at the top here I need to turn and like hook a left turn. That left turn just frustrates me because it's going that direction, and I kind of now need to do like a 50-point turn, trying not to crash at the back, causing me to go pretty far over on this little route, or old route. Maybe I can actually trail this through. Let me see. Yes, I can actually do that. Articulation doesn't really damage my rusted area of the wheelies, of the YJ. Coming through now, a little bit steep here. Whoa. Also just passing that. Now this is not the widest route. Don't think I'll get my full size through here. But anyway, now this is kind of the next obstacle where I could actually just hook a right to go up here. But in order for me to do that, I am hitting this obstacle at too much of an angle. So instead what I do is I go down that way, come in here and come up this obstacle. Let me do that for you guys quickly. There we go. Doing another 50-point turn over here. Okay, let's get back up here. So, coming up here, trying to turn is not really working. Okay. Now, let me reposition the camera up here and take the Jeep from that position through the next obstacle. Now taking the Jeep and turning it around this way to go down this obstacle. So that's going to be, yeah, probably another freaking 5.6 point turn. Too much. It's kind of a, how do you say, an instinctual thing to just turn the steering wheel. Jeep in the hole. I'm actually not going to walk down here. I'm going to walk the other way. More trees. And the next 5-point turn. These are gnarly thorns. In South Africa they're called Wachabiki, and it literally hooks you up and doesn't let you go. Bear Grill says you got to walk sideways down a hill and not forwards. now I'm back in the Jeep and let's head back out. And I kind of have a bit more freedom turning to my right than to my left. But now heading to the obstacle coming out, and then instead of going back down, we're going to go up and take the most difficult obstacle that I have on this trail. And when it's wet there, it's one of those obstacles that I just can't get up. Yeah, and I have one of my roosters up at the top there running away from us. Okay, now I've got to really do this as tight as I can and squeeze through here. I'm kind of like burning up the trail here, which the 31s don't really do. Now coming up to this side, let me show you how almost perfect this 35, this worn down Trepador 35 actually sits in the fender. Just got the camera. I'm all over slicky, muddy terrain here. Trying to get back in the Jeep. Don't even know how I'm going to do this with the camera on. Yeah. Okay. Jeez. Just showing you how tight this little squeeze is through here. Hang on a second, I've got my handbrake on. And going up this obstacle, I am slinging quite a bit of mud. I'm glad I didn't have a cameraman. Yeah, that's kind of what happens here. The little Jeep is full of muddy poop, which I've got to clean now. Another reason to get rid of the 35s is put the 31s back on. And how tight this squeeze is, that actually just says it all by itself. The 31s don't stick out so far. And that also means I get past the obstacle a lot easier. Now I'm going to slowly squeeze past that. There you go, that wasn't too bad. And off we go. So guys, what do you think? 35s or 31s? I'm kind of tending to the 31s again. Let me know in the comments. So that's it from Turtle Works this week. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.